Evening chat. Back to Disco Elysium. I've forgotten where we're up to, what was going on. Let's see, autosave was slightly newer than my last save. I've forgotten where we're up to, what was going on. Or if the sound's working exactly as it should, let me just do a quick test. Testing 1 2 3. Or testing 1 2 3. Good. Let me just do a quick test. Testing 1 2 3. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on, but I think it's alright. Have I got? I guess it was just because it was picking up the iPad sound, I'm not sure. Alright, something weird going on, but let's go. Like we're at exactly the same spot, might as well do my manual one. You can sleep after 9 o'clock. Sleeping heals all your health and morale. Good to know. Now, I have in my head that I didn't come and check this again. The trash can. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says whirling in rags. Open the padlock with the key. The world crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Why? Maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should. This is your time to shine, Hobocop. Dive into that dumpster for extra content. What's this? Just a feeling, a warning from some part of you. Open the lid. Smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. We're just in time, the lieutenant peers in. This hasn't been emptied for over a week. Look under the boxes, pick at the rags, search for food waste, dig in hobo style for extra content. A dig in Hobocop style for extra content. Have I got Hobocop? I haven't got Hobocop yet. Maybe I should get Hobocop first? And the other thing about Ace's Low is it gives me empathy towards Kim, but maybe I don't need that just yet? I'm going back to Hobocop. I'm going back to Hobocop. And I feel like I shouldn't look in this bin until I've done Hobocop. Dig in Hobocop style for extra content. Wow, an Armistice caliber 50-knock cannon, half wrapped in paper tissue. So shiny. Or knock cannon. What's a knock cannon? It's a giant rifle and it's very expensive. Not as expensive as that fat string of pearls snaking along the rotten banana peels, however. Is that a Cordon Electrics preamp with Electra F2 tubes? It is. That catches quite a price. We're talking 12,000 easy, unless you're into hi-fi yourself. I am into hi-fi. That's too bad, because none of those tags are actually in there. There's just food waste and crisp wrappings. Extra content! A cruel jest. There must be something. All you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron. An antique? Only in its social sensibility. Take the mug. Yellow man mug. The man briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. Under the boxes of carton, you see milk, an egg rest with one broken egg in it, some pasta wrapper. Picking up the socky packages somehow feels familiar. I'm the murderer! You've done this before, the movements are recorded in your elbows, the mythology in your fingers, you're used to this. Used to what, dumpster diving? No, searching for evidence in the trash. Ah. Good practice for dumpster diving. Dive further. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Pick at the rags. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. Grab them. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air. The victim's clothes. The lieutenant smells them. Cadaverine odour is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in early stages of decay. The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket. How convenient, Lieutenant! You were ready for this? Well, I guess you should have been. What is this? Oh, it's just I thought he was holding that. Psychically, telekinetically. Drop them in here, officer. Bag the trousers. Tim quickly searches the jeans. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty. Or emptied. He wore them with a belt too, a wide belt. The loops appear stretched, but... He looks into the container. The belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here. Something slimy catches your eye. Reach for it. A drab long-sleeve shirt, olive-coloured, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus. Bag the shirt. This is a military-typed overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armour to conceal it in an urban scenario. He nods to himself. Anything more? 10 seconds, chat. Okay, we're back. So, continue. The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. Just garbage. That's all, I think. Who put the clothes in the trash? Aight, we should go to Garter again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard, or that one. He nods towards the red-headed boy behind him. I'd advise against confronting that force. Yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them here. You think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe? Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and this establishment had the key. It's just a small, loose thread. Yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them here. The fuck's he on about, kids? The one behind the fence yells. You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something. See? Okay. Lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. Search the food waste. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands, apple and potato peels mostly, unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, what's this? What? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny, looks like the corner of something. Pick it out. It's a damage légère. Something larger, a clipboard, a blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes written in a man's handwriting. What does a man's handwriting look like? Officer, is that your paperwork? I don't know what this is. I found my paperwork, secret task. It is, look, he points to the clipboard. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. A miserable looking slip of paper sticks to the board. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Must have been cramping my style. It has foreboding quality. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. Someone from the whirling threw it in the trash. I don't know. I'm boring. I'd rather not talk about it right now. It has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. What are you talking about? I speaketh the tongue. Dost thou also thorough inventories? He points to the ruined notes. You should take stock of your notes, make sure it's all there. Official notes contain informants' names. If some of it has fallen in the hands of the RCM's adversaries, bloodletting may well ensue. Okay, I'll do that. Say nothing. I don't know, man. Sounds like an order. I don't take that. I'm going to go say nothing. Read your ledger and name the case. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Anyway, where were we? The lieutenant peers into the trash container where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly. Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and find the Interact tab to read your paperwork. Which I cannot do right now, I'm guessing? No. We put the clothes... So, wildfire's around here somewhere. Ask Kuno, ask Garta, read your ledger. Alright. We've inspected the body. Close the lid. The container sounds a muffled gong. That's one thing off the list. The lieutenant sounds relieved. I think we got it all. Leave. Okay, so I'm supposed to read El Leger. Yellow magma. Use the interact button in inventory to inspect the item. Oh, here we go. This broken-eared mug somehow made its way into the wording in Rag's dumpster. It depicts a person of Samaran descent, frolicking in a field of saffron flowers, buck-toothed and grinning feeble-mindedly. Seems to be a cheap knockoff of some colonial area antique. Interact. Yellow Man mug. It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. There's quite a lot to read into here, actually. Look at all that content. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garage? Garbage. The garbage. This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do. I'm going to push this in the face of every merchant I find and tell them this is your inane ideology. The mug will be useful. By denouncing it, I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling, i.e. fraud and embezzlement. The mug didn't belong in the trash. It was just a funny mug. Can't anyone laugh anymore? Well, I guess this mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do. But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work? Just finish your case, detective. Fair enough. Damaged Leger. Could I have interacted with this? Instant photo of tattoos? Oh. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hangman from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Where? Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. The pattern still has kind of an ethnic feel to it, but nothing familiar. Who are you? Gone. What is the meaning of this tattoo? For you to discover, you've gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone who knows about history could tell you. Alright, cool. This is the ledger you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in a man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged to start keeping notes on the case. It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from a plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. Anything else? There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Lol. Thank you, Waterlogged Ledger, for spelling it out for us. Alright, let's see. Inspect the toilet paper. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Take it off, leave it there, it's cool. Maybe it's kitchen tissue. Maybe it's kitchen tissue. If you want it to be kitchen tissue, it can be kitchen tissue. It's not though, it's toilet paper. Alright, take it off. Still wet, the toilet paper, kitchen tissue, peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger and voila, the ledger now looks marginally better. Inspect the clip. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. Run your finger across the aluminium. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Gotta take another break, chat. Just need to check something. I think the nurse for my grandmother's here. I need to talk to her. Be right back. Won't be long, chat. Meanwhile, let me see if I can figure out what's going on with this. I just need to wait for the nurse to go because she's banging on. And what am I trying to say? Banging on cupboards and shouting at my grandmother because my grandmother is deaf. We'll be in just a second. I'm wondering why the microphone sounds different. Nothing's changed. Oh, they're having a good laugh. They're having a good laugh, the nurse and my grandmother. That's pretty rare. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 4. Testing 1 2 5. I don't think that helped anything. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 4. Testing 1 2 5. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Doesn't sound any different if I put it on zero gain on my microphone or full gain on my microphone. That's very odd. What can I do here to fix this, I wonder? Doesn't sound any different if I put it on zero gain on my microphone. I guess I'm just not going to worry about it for now. Because it's time to get back into it. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Looks like an official mark made to be low visibility outside of the right circumstances. It's similar to the RCM watermark on your blazer, the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about the headlights of his motor carriage? That you can read these there? Lieutenant, is this one of the hologram watermarks you mentioned? Point to the sticker. What? He is lost in his own notes. It takes a moment for her to see it. Yes, a halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property. Got to figure this out, chat. Sorry, it's going to be a tech support stream right now. Just trying to figure out why my sound echoey. What does? Let's try this. Has that made any difference? Got to figure this out, chat. Sorry, it's going to be a that has made a bit of a difference. It was voice meter. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 4. Testing 1, 2, 5. Or has it? I don't think it has. Alright, it's just a mystery. Pretty sure it wasn't doing this last time. But we're just going to have to deal with it. Technology. Technology. Anyway, we'll sort it out next, between now and next stream, hopefully. I'll figure out what on earth has changed. Yes, it's a halogen watermark used for adding information. Interesting. What kind of information? It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue. Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved. How can I read it? Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. You mentioned the headlights of your kinema. Yes, there is a pause. RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal halogen watermarks. This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on. Okay, he returns to his neatly kept notes. Browse the white papers. They're not exactly white, they're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolour patterns, reaching as tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines forming short paragraphs. Once in a while there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organised and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. What is in there? What are they about? Work, strife, poverty. The Jamrock Quarter. These are the handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51 this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to the missing pages and an odd naming convention, but there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March and you have attempted 2 cases a week on average. What do you mean? Is that all? That's it? Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant? There was mention of a naming convention here. Count the pages. I have to open an official case. Is there room? I'm done inspecting these. That's it? The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover, a molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this must have belonged to a previous volume. In short, there was more. Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant? Huh? He raises his nose from his notes. 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot. Yes, you really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though. 2? He raises both eyebrows. That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you're making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes. I burned out all right. A nice brisk pace, the way I like it. I burned out all right. That's okay. He nods, then turns back to his own case files. We all do sooner or later. Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hands. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible. I think we've said that before. There was mention of a naming convention here? Yes. It appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say, even. One that draws inspiration from Snoop fiction and Vespertine cop show staples. Oh my, and they're written in capital letters, too. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural, another The Square Bullet Hole Murders, another yet The Unsolvable Case. More? Others appear more light-hearted. The guy's on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor, if you prefer. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. Going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done later, once you're done inspecting them up close. Kim, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention. You mean the alphanumeric officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? That's the one. No, I mean a non-numeric one, with titles. Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defence, almost everyone in the RCM does. Why is that? It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution when the organisation had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders. Again, in your defence, I seem to have named one, he peeks at his notes, the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person, his death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. Chat, need to find out what's going on out in the lounge room. Be right back. Okay. It's like dealing with a 2-year-old. Anyway, let's continue. He smiles. I pray his loved ones never find out. What happened to him? Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident. Count the pages. I have to open an official case. Is there room? There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. Commit to paper. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. Continue. The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do, barely, but... Kim, do you have a pen? Lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder like large-caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He's not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them. Can I have one? Know that I give this to you. He pulls one from the loop. With resentment. With this beauty. Commit to paper. The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brush-free hand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily, it's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. Cross out the ones you've already finished. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you. And you. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. It feels like completion. Who's Harry? Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case. Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case? No, actually. Any ideas? The hangman, the Furies are at home in the mirror, the setting sun, shit on a stick. Actually, I don't have one. Actually, I don't have one. Oh well, then maybe I can suggest one? Go ahead. The Hanged Man. I'm not feeling it. Are you sure? I think it's pretty serviceable. Yeah, not feeling it. Okay then, he returns to his notes abruptly. The case doesn't need to have a name. Oh, Kim, I'm sorry. Let's name this case again. Fine, he concedes, for the Inter-District Corporation. Let's try one more time. What do you want to name it? Well, I'm going to have to call it The Furies Are at Home in the Mirror. Furies, yes. Well, it's obvious he doesn't like it. I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experienced the internal strife that refers to. And also, he furrows his brow. Could we make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good, normal name? Yes, you know what that normal name is, but it's so plain. Anything else, please. Can I try Furies Are at Home in the Mirror again? No, it's exactly the same. Bugger. I don't want to call it The Hanged Man. Shit on a stick. Ha, yes, he isn't actually laughing. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic titles. Other officers will have will use this as reference. If it's idiot or cockfinger, they're not going to get it. They're going to think an idiot and a cockfinger were on this case. So, do you have something less funny? The Setting Sun. Okay, he nods. It's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do with the setting sun at all. It has nothing to do with that, so something more concrete perhaps. Do you have something concrete, mundane, usual? Alright, it's the Hanged Man. Great, that's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. Well, fuck you, game. He flips the pages of his notebook. I'm going to start calling it The Hanged Man. It's a good we sorted this out. I'm done expecting these. Logic medium. Kim explained the system. Can I read these case files now? Boom. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB41120 11700, the next world mural. So, weren't those officer precincts? So, I'm obviously. What's this date? So, that's the time. We know we're 51. There's no 51 here. Alright, wait. HDB 41? Weren't those officer precinct? Why, yes, your precinct number is 41. And HDB? Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it, and these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials. Horace Debbie Beringer, Hram Dojran Bin Zarkin, those aren't my initials, I'm not feeling them. Wow, I don't know what to say to that. Wow, I don't know what to say to that. I got nothing here either. Logic really isn't the best faculty to have this conversation with, but it's the only one you got, so sorry. How long does it take to read a case? It takes about half an hour to piece one together using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? The next world mural, the unsolvable case, the square bullet hole murders, the couch in an unexpected location, murder at the hookah parlour. I can revisit this. Let's go the unsolvable case. AKA Leslie and Burke, aka the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk, is a cursed case. It has been passed on from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29th, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It's in their nature. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you cannot lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypasses and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rearview mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which, in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression. Yep. Couldn't we just keep them off the streets? You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home? No, Leslie and Burke are on the corner of Main Street and Perdition because that's where the action is. Can you keep yourself off the streets? Proceed. Threatening, fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get a local gang of Zemuyakis to take them out. The Zemuyakis gave them ethanol so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street, because there they are, on the corner of Perdition, and what is Leslie doing? I've forgotten which one goes with which. Property damage. No, that's Burke. Leslie's stick is flashing his genitals, remember? How would you ever solve the unsolvable case if you can't even get that straight? Well, turns out it's pretty simple. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger. He must have confused it with the property he likes to damage, but the joke's on him. You're also drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face, then proceed to beat him unconscious with it. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who at this point is tending to Burke. He came at us, and at us, I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is Burke can't walk anymore. Can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genital to Burke, who knows, but both drunks are off the street. The complaint stopped, the unsolvable case is solved. Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one? I guess I do. The Next World Mural. This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 12th of the 2nd, a graffito, nay a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Curon. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. Two silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible only in the next world for new people. It's too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class." People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the belles lettres have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumoured to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown. Wait, do I ever find out who came up with it? The case files do not show you finding the author of the design. Read on. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner JV is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Dramrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organised by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rumbling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between two options: A. Remove the mural, it is wrong, and B. Keep the mural, it is right. B. A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us. All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. The middle class are not to be blamed, it's human nature. I like it, but can't we wreak havoc on other nations instead? I must have voted and possibly even lobbied to remove the thing because I don't believe in that rubbish one bit. All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. In any case, it appears to have been a rare case of civil activity in the quarter, an agreement as well. What do you want to tackle? What happened here? We have Hobocop. What did Hobocop give me? I can't go to solution. Maybe while I'm still in this I can't. Fair enough. The square bullet hole murders. It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry room in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks on her rocking chair with a square hole in her skull staring at the wall, her mouth agape. But that's all you've got. From the half hour you've spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You've never found the bullet, and then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead. A sequence killer? Who knows, those pages are missing. What's next? The couch in an unexpected location. Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it, in the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young and they thought they looked cool on it. They actually looked like assholes. They looked really cool, like models. They looked really cool, like a rock band. They actually looked like assholes. Insufferable dicks, young people are the worst. So anyway, you gotta complain about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it was. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations they took it to, where they also took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes, and drank coffee, because they felt it's intellectual. Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you, case solved. Did I ever catch those guys? No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next? Murder at the hookah parlor. Murder, tam at the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead, of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor. Wait, how? Beaten to death by a throng of Villa Lobos gang members when him and his partner, JM, only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to murder at the hookah parlor. Right, on with the murder. Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. Was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister. Was on it for like a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills. Mills didn't get off the pot, not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlour. Tough case, he said. Toughest he's ever had. Wait, was Joseph Mills a good cop? No, he was awful. Awful sense of humour, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still, he'd been on it for months now. Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That the murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlour was all he talked about. Go on. Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlour. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum flavoured vapour all day. Can you get high off it? Really cool, really stupid. Can you get high off it? No, it's soot and water vapour. It doesn't do anything. Really stupid. Yeah, so anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open right on the floor of the hookah parlour in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client for that day. Perfect health too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters, no one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning. All noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then bam, he's dead on the floor with his skull busted open, blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be? Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlour. You see cushions around the table. Table's low, heavy, really sharp edge. He sucked hookah, stood up, passed out, hit his head on the table, and died. See, you can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom. He must have sucked a lot of it. Yeah, he liked his hookah. Stephen was his name. And what was he doing there for 6 hours? Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was Murder at the Hookah Parlour. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed piecing it together. Next! I can revisit this. Browse the yellow papers. In the back you see thin translucent copier paper, some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes like marching armies. These look like official forms waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out according to type of form. What types of forms are there? 3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. Misconduct fines, station calls, field, right? Misconduct, well, I hit station call. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. All in a print so small it could be considered downright cute. Misconduct fine. Monetary penalisation ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields. But they appear pleasantly vague. Field autopsy. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in colour. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. How did I read organs as objects? Enough of these! Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines to wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. Look at the clipboard. It is made of dark blue plastic hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters RCM. Shake the ledger. Something rattles inside ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? And something small inside? Light, made of paper or cardboard, or dried flowers perhaps? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it. Peek inside. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it's not see-through. You cannot see to its centre. How would I open it? With your hands? U4 size pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board. 97%. Crack it on the knee like Burke. Open the hidden compartment in the clipboard. The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off the slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, slide the drawer open. Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. What's inside? 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. Pick up the ticket stubs, pick up the card. Fucking kill yourself, you asshole. Close the permeable compartment. Pick up the ticket stubs. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles towards each other in the coloured pencil drawing. The tickets permit access to a zoo in Ravachol East. The aquarium costs extra. Let you go there too. Kill yourself, you asshole? The words just crossed your mind somehow. Who were they for? Who do you think? Right, pick up the card. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue. Smell it first. It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavoured. A touch of cinnamon. The end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti. Open it. Familiar handwriting lines in the inside of the card. Looped round letters in a woman's hand. Visual calculus. A young woman in her 20s. There is a care, effort and a smile. You think, although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so that you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Keep reading. Wait, I said keep reading. Your fingers are sweaty. There is a sweat mark where they held the wax paper. The card blanks and pick up the card. Open it. Continue. Keep reading. Your hand shakes holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step on the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it'll be like this until late afternoon when I get off the 49 and walk back to you. Keep reading. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Spoiler alert, she didn't. Keep reading. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. Sparks fall like snow from the bow collector. A streetcar distancing. You feel the ledger slip from your hands. Fall sideways. Title screen. Or if I hit an end screen. Jesus.
There is nothing.
Oh, that was an end. Really?
Again.
Nothing.
Nothing, sad brother. No treachery, just blackout.
Just lie there, passed out.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
And who was that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness he's grasping for it, still trying to hold on to the great sorrow slipping in the water. Slimy.
No, I was cool. I'm cool.
The cool when you're dead, brother.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Tell him, tell him.
Ah, yes, and in the olfactory system they call it the apricot chewing gum scented one. It's unhealthy of them to linger on it so, but as they say, what do you do?
Smelled so nice.
It didn't smell nice. It smelled like betrayal.
Was that the X something? Where is Voyager Road? There was something about a bow collector too. Was that the X something?
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing?
No, it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape, its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Where is Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
There was something about a bow collector too.
Yeah, man. What was that about?
Enough. Just lie there, motionless.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
I'm not coming back.
Oh, but you are. They're pouring something on you. In you.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. Where am I? In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitaragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin. Drink. Water. The lieutenant is extending a small canister to your mouth. Drink. The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes, the darkness parts. Speaking of which, I am thirsty. I will quickly grab some water. Bear with me. This talking is thirsty work, let me tell you. Continue. Drink, he tilts the canister. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? Lies! Hashtag fake news. You need a secondary form of hydration. Hello, St. Just Germany. How are you? Drink. With greedy gulps, you down half a litre of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it. What happened? I should ask you the same. I came in contact with the burnt-out ruins of the past, Lieutenant. I was dehydrated. It won't happen again. Fuck it. Start climbing out of the motor car. I should ask you the same. You were reading your paperwork, then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital. Then you came to. How long was I out? 10 minutes, maybe. Alright, I came in contact with the burnt-out ruins of the past, Lieutenant. I was dehydrated, won't happen again. Fuck it, start climbing out of the motor car. Fuck it, start coming out of the motor. Item gain, ledger of failure and hatred. Good, he hands you the waterlogged remains of your ledger. You enjoy the game? I think it's really good. Yeah, I've basically just feel like I've just started, really. It's fantastic. I think it's, I'd heard good things about it. I just hadn't actually looked into what it was about, so all of this is a complete surprise to me. I had no idea what kind of game it was. Well, I knew it was a point-and-click adventure, but yeah, this is so well written. Absolutely amazing. You drop this. Are you okay to proceed? Let's solve this. Just not. Just not. Seems a bit much to be screaming out, let's solve this case. Continue. Tutorial agent. The ledger of failure and hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your hands for skill bonuses. Find it under the tools section of your inventory. Alright, well, we had a few things here. Oh, Hobocop. Was it a mistake to do this? Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures, but who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar, the old l'Assommoir, to the pier or the sewers, to Le Royaume, where for 300 years they entered They interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts, I can't speak, for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Armakan beast that lurks the bottommost sepulchres. The secrets of the city are all yours at last. Reveals extra special collector's edition tear bottles on the map. More money from selling tear. Learning cap for shivers raised to 6. Right, well, good? Question mark? How do I unlock more now? So we've got... I can't do that, and I think I'll save that for if I need +2 empathy with Kim at some point. Yeah, I've noticed it's... I wonder if it was mainly written by French... Or I don't know who the developer is, to be honest. They might be French and this has been translated, because although the English is excellent, there's just every now and then a little bit of dodgy grammar. So I feel like it was possibly translated from another thing, but yeah. But yeah, definitely lots of French, which when I live in France, I should be able to speak better, but I'm failing the French words too. Let's see, the bow collector. So the -1 authority, -1 hand-eye coordination, and white morning. Well, can't do any of that until I can unlock these, which I don't know how to do yet. Alright, so reading the watermarks. Get in front of Kinema's headlines to read the halogen watermarks in your ledger. Well, I'm right here, so I might as well do that one. What have we got in here? Ledger of failure and hatred. We've also got blue oblong pen. That's new. Because I stole it from Kitaragi. Right, so if I was to use it, I would have +1 Inland Empire, +1 Empathy, -2 Authority. Why would having a ledger give me -2 authority? I mean, ledgers give you like infinite authority. You walk up anywhere and you've got a clipboard in your hand, you can do anything. What is authority? Is this one of these things? Here it is. Intimidate the public. Assert yourself. Well, I'm not very intimidatory. We have a level up. What would I want to level up? What did I fail at some point? Was I doing savoir-faire? Don't know why I was doing savoir-faire. Lie and detect lies. I've already got 5 of that, although I don't exactly know. Cool for undercover cops, thespians of the stage, psychopaths. Okay. Can I do that? Oh, I see. I had to click on it. And that uses skill points. Gotcha. It's not clear to me exactly how many skill points I have. Oh, I see. Is that just one skill point? And right now, I have 1 skill point? Question mark? How would I know? Well, I'm going to unlock one of these just because I want to see how it goes. Done. And let's sparks fall like snow from the bow collector of streetcar number 42, slowly down the slope from Voyager Road and then east on the B206 across the river to where there are no closed factories or ruins. To study at the academy. Electrical cables run overhead and the bow collector draws across them like a musical instrument. A flash! She's standing at the rear window holding onto the rail in a spring coat, waving at you. Okay. And white morning You see yourself from above, you're passed out on the blue tiles of the hostel room floor. Even from this distance, you can see your eyelids flutter at the mention of what? A great white object letting out its sweet smell like a lily of the valley. The little man's forgotten its name, but he still remembers the feeling. And look, he moves! The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. He puts on his disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. I think I'm going to do that one. I don't know why, but that's what I'm going to do. Alright, I probably should just save while I'm thinking about it, to be honest. There we go. What's this all about? A rhetoric. Hey, psst! Who, me? Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again. Again? Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before, they've built it before, hasn't really worked out yet, but neither has love. Should we just stop building love too? Yes, we should all stop building love. Love has worked out really well for me. I'm a love winner, can't argue with that. Yes, we should all stop building love. This conversation isn't really about love. Try to keep up, okay? This is about the communism you've promised to build. Word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism previously attempted. Is that true? How come there's word on the street? You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs, that kind of stuff. Alright, that sounds like me. I haven't said anything like that. I've said some mildly left-wing things, but none of those. Well, let's go with that one. Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that will devour the... What the hell was that outside? Some dog getting attacked or something. Will devour and masticate mankind. Continue. Everyone can see that, so tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder, or do we get right down to it? Wait, first, what's this communism even about? Roll up your sleeves and start building communism. It's too tiring, I don't have it in me, I'm beat down and broken. Wait first, what's this communism even about? Failure. It's about failure. Failure? Yes, abject failure, total irreversible defeat on all fronts, absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb stomped and pissed on, until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive, 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organised ruling class, towering city blocks of bank men who have the ears of prime ministers, million-headed armies of nations, and the love of your own mother. You, against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed, matter failed to bend to human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist. Now get to work, comrade. You know what, after a speech like that, yes, I am the last communist. Oh yeah, get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready. Wait, what? Firing squads? You didn't say anything about those. Roll up your sleeves further and breathe in the pristine air. Wait, what? Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs. Damn it. Roll your sleeves up further and breathe in the pristine air. Okay. That wasn't odd in the slightest. People think communism was some crazy, say, minus physical to calculus. Oh, I don't want to do that. That's been coming in clutch. People think communism was some great idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago, a fever that shook the world, never to return again. And they were right, until he woke up today, a spiritual corpse responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes, and Krasmazov. For him, communism's still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of O2 from oceanic trench where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come, witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51. It doesn't sound like a great idea, I'll have to say. Wait a minute. Alright, so hang on. These have given me pain threshold, all endurance white checks, and I don't know where I'm getting hand-eye coordination from. Ah, there it is. Well, shit. What am I doing? Okay, Okay, so, alright, well, let's just read the watermarks. Go to the Kinnaman and turn on the lights. Inside, you see a set of steering levels, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and a soft glow with a fuel preheater gauge. Kim, how do I turn on the headlights? He turns the preheater on, waits, takes out his key and says, alright, ready. I turn, you press start, it's next to the preheater. Press engine start. The dashboard lights up with an orange glow. Rounds per minute. Okay. You're very loud, car. Rounds per minute gauges jump, and the engine of Kupriskinina comes to life with a whiny growl. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong too. This is a game that's meant to be read in your head, not read out loud. I have made a terrible mistake. Like a leopard walking from its sleep, yawning and roaring at the same time. Press the button labelled Headlights. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle. Where? There? Oh, I thought this was the front. There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now. How do I do this, I wonder? As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears, a street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you. There she is, Revachol West. There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice. Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no hundreds of micro-perforations. Look at the shimmering street grid. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognisable. They shimmer in the Kinima's headlights. Wait, look around you. Where are we on this? Wait, look around you. You catch a faint glimmer from a broken beer bottle. In the distance, sounds. Two men engaged in a drunken argument, followed by the closing of some distant window. Ah, Martinez at night, he smells the air and says. Where are we on this? Let me see. He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it. Right here, he says, his finger near the top of the map on a segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean. Seems nice. Seems like a shithole. I'm sure I've seen worse. Seems like a shithole. It has its problems. Look at the perforation. There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. Tally up the different rows. The first row has 18 dots. Not bad, good size. Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet. What about the next one? The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border and then some. Count them individually. You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice large number, a wave of pride washes over you, though you can't say why precisely. What about the last row? The last row has 3 perforations. 3? That's it? That's it. Hey Kim, what do all these holes mean? Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RPM. They're your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look. Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do, it's meant. Right. The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Wait, 18 years I've done this? Got drunk like a megastar? I walked the land telling whores and liars of the end to come. There are 9,855 days remaining. I was a hobo, and I lived under a boat. Probably some boring office job, same as everyone else. I feel like I just went around apologising all the time. Do you really think I have any idea? Whoever wrote this is a genius. Okay, I'm going to go probably as some boring office job, same as everyone else. No shame in working a regular job, detective. Sometimes after a long day of doing this, I even envy it. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see, wow, more than 200. 216 to be exact. Is that a lot? I would have thought there'd be more. 216 to be exact. The lieutenant nods with evident respect. It's quite a lot even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. So you're saying I used to be a super cop. I used to be good. That's some solace, I guess. What's the last number? I don't think I could ever re-become this person. What's the last number? So you're saying I used to be a super cop. Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row. Right, those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. So I'm a killer. I was expecting a higher number, honestly. That's not too many.
That's not too many.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones, so we have that to be thankful for.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
How do you handle the strain? Thanks for this. Have you ever killed anyone, Kim? Yes, he says, declining to elaborate. How do you handle the strain? Everyone has their own method of coping, some more effective or self-destructive than others. He gives you a meaningful look. So what if I'm an alcoholic, Kim? Leave me be! Personally, I find it helps to keep a few hobbies. Like what? Maybe I should find a hobby. Hobbies are lame. Like what? Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now. Maybe I should find a hobby. Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves. He points to your yellow gardening gloves. This game is clever. Well, that may not have been there if I didn't have that on. That's interesting. Thanks for this. The lieutenant nods. Okay, let's go. Right, I'll go turn off the lights. He presses the remote control on the key. You can now see your statistics on your journal page right of the task description. Can I now? Oh. Name unknown. Okay. Superstar Cop 2, Apocalypse Cop 1, Sorry Cop 0, Boring Cop 1. Wow. I am... okay. 4 communists, 0 fascists, 1 ultra-liberal, 1 moralist. Good Cop, Bad Cop 3. Honor only 1. People killed 3, cases scoved. 216 years in service, 18 years. Interesting. Okay. This will need a form to be. Okay. So let's go talk to Kuno. That's on the list of things to do here. Quick save. Go. Have a bit of a jog, although everything's getting a bit dark. I wonder if Kuno's even here. He is still here. Oi, brat kid. Enough with the derogatory
So
slurs.
you tried to kill Kuno's girl? What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
But I didn't try to shoot her. I just aimed at her. Well, I'm not sure I was going to shoot her if I could. I'm sorry about that. I got carried away. I think we've all moved past that by now, Kuno. I think we've all moved past that by now. Not all of us. Kim shakes his head. Acts like that stick with you for a while. Acts like that stick with you for a while. No one's moving anywhere. Do this shit again and Kuno's going to climb in your room at night with a knife. He points towards whirling in rags and whispers, I know where you live. Kuno knows where you sleep. The pig who fucked his window up. I'm going to climb in through that balcony, put the fucking knife in you. Yeah, he mouths. I've been in your room. The kid raises his voice. But you and Kuno are good for now. Pals, shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have a jolly time. The determination in his voice leaves little room for doubt in his sincerity. He means every word. Needs to be taken seriously. Okay, let's. And you're back in business with the Kuno. Now what is it? The body, what do you know about it? About the crime scene, you kids often play in the yard. I don't think he likes being called a kid. Kuno, I found your shack. Point to the shack. We've got 28% white check here. Oh, Kuno Dominant, that's right, he did, okay, I'm off. The body, what do you know about it? Shitload, pig, what's your question? Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno. This is where you quickly ask him questions, real cop questions, like a cop. Where's the rest of his armor? Do you know who he was? Do you know how he got up there? Have you seen anyone suspicious around? There are contusions all over his body. Did you do that? More on this later. Right now, let's talk about something else. Well, where's the rest of his armor? Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. How come? Kuno's fuck him's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. A mutant? Look at him. He points to the body. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. He drills his temple with his fingers in some strange, aggressive gesture. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away. What do you mean threw it away? Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. He performs a kick-off in the imaginary helmet. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno. You threw it in the sea? Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno, he repeats. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. Who do you mean, Troubadour? Yeah, cock and boots. You know that jolly union cow fucker? What? Who said anything about Troubadour? This is weird. Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows. So yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go to the gates, ask him yourself. Where did he say anything about someone named Troubadour? What? I feel like something got skipped there. Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information? And you're just telling me this out of the kindness of your heart, Kuno? Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now. Still, seems suspicious. He may have had it in for that guy, or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire. You know who he was? Do you know how it got up there? Have you seen anyone suspicious? Do you know who he was? Kuno's fuck gimp. He picks up a rock. Kuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice. He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know. I meant who he was before he died. Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. He shakes his head, clearly offended, trying to make Kuno sing into the pooper phone. Popo phone. The popo phone. Do you know how it got up there? Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down, so you didn't see it happening. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. He puffs himself up. Kuno wasn't regional. Oh, okay. Where did you go then? I don't know. Some fucking... He looks around trying to come up with something. Mesk or, I don't know, some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City. There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel. Where is Night City? Kuno gives this information out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. He draws snot up his nose. Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant. Thanks, Kuno. That's one name you can now cross off the list. Have you seen anyone suspicious around? Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno. Yeah. Tell the probably Italian word for word that they shouldn't be saying, Kuno. There are contusions all over his body. Did you do that? The fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit? He grabbed his head like it's suddenly hurting. He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again. A contusion is a bruise. I'm talking about the marks your stones left on the corpse. Yes, that's why I'm saying it. You're stupid. I hate words too. Let's back up this and go anywhere. I hate words too. Words are fucking shit. Make you stupid. He spits on the ground. Kuno's got his own words now. Kuno words. Has Kuno been to some kind of school? Probably a school for children with behavioural difficulties. Better not to mention it. How is that better? At least get back to the corpse then. More on this later. Right now, let's talk about something else. You're testing Kuno's patience here. Get lost, beep. Kuno, I found your shack. You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack? It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in? I phase shifted through the roofing material. Shit, get the fuck out of here. You can't do that. He can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to fuck at you again. Pigs can't displace, can't do that teleport shit, he says to himself, then turns to you. How did you like it in there, piggo boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit in there. What was with the pig head? I found a plate covered with powder residue. You know anything about that? What's with the tube of magnosolum, Kuno? Could I get into the harbour from the roof? Of course you fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the docky boys his skimps? You just got to fly, pig. Is that it? Easy. Not for you, pig. Kuno can't wait to see you get all scarred and shit your pants. Or scared and shit your pants. Kuno can't wait to see you shit your fat pants. That's all there is to it then. Don't be pussy, just jump. What's with the pig head? Oh, that, he picks a bit of dirt from his fingernail. Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape. Were you trying to send me messages, demo tape, like some kind of musician? Cool pig head, I liked it. I got one too, this one. Point to your head. It's shit. Forget it, I'm not saying those things. What? He looks confused. What is this shit? Fuck it on yourself? This is weird level shit. Kuno doesn't go there. Fuck your shit back to normal. What is this? Well played. No one saw that coming. I found a plate covered with powder residue. Know anything about it? It's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno's Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig. Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes. What's with the tube of magnesolum, Kuno? It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything? He looks at you like you just pointed out the sun and asked what it was. You could use some. Magnesium, right? Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a barrel. Don't teach him, Kuno. He's going to use it against you, Kuno. I know it's all about magnesium. I rock it all the time. He looks at you, eyes bulging. You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything, like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo. Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die. I've heard enough of this. Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. That's a bit low. I mean, I don't want to try it. About the crime scene, you kids often play in this yard? Right, pig, this is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it? Dead man's clothes are in the trash counter. How do they get there? The ladder ever climb it? What's in the greenhouse over there? I might have questions later on. Dead man's clothes are in the trash. Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene. Listen, he stops you. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there. Dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. He points to his pants. Your size, good price. 500 real. You'd have to be blind to not notice the giant white letters FALN running down his trouser leg. Wait, I asked you what happened to his clothes. You must have seen them lying around. Alright, entertain me. What's so great about these pants? No, Kuno, you don't know anything about the tampering I'm investigating, and I already have pants. Alright, entertain me. Pig, these are foul modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Morova by scientists. Pants scientists. Believe it, you need this shit. He unzips his jacket to give you a quick peek at the plastic wrap pants. They are graphite black and look brand new. These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready. They will also make you into an idiot. Wait, I asked you what happened to his clothes. You must have seen them lying around. Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that there. He points to the cadaver. Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa? Lieutenant remained silent, but his expression couldn't say I told you so any louder. I might be interested in the pants. Let's talk about this later. Alright, Piggo, his face lights up. Shit's rolling. Don't do business with the pig, Kuno. He's going to steal all your money, Kuno. Buy Fallon pants from Kuno. As you can see, Kuno nods towards the fence. Kuno and C don't trust you, can't do business without trust. There's more to his distrust than being a pig. He feels threatened by something obscure in you. What that is, however, remains a puzzle for now. There was also a mug in the trash. The ladder ever climb it? Which is in the greenhouse. Alright, there was also a mug. The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yes. Does this racist mug have anything to do with it? Yes. Does this adequate description of a South Samoan man have anything to do with it? Yes. Does this quaint, better not taken out of its historical context mug have anything to do with it? Actually, talking about this makes me uncomfortable. Let's back up a notch. Yes. Does this racist mug have anything to do with it? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain, he whispers excitedly. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker, because he's the clothes fucker. Can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno. That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone has tampered with the crime scene, clean started it up. Shit, that's tense. He thinks for a moment. Someone's going to the beat down basement, huh? Mug guy's going to get tied to the radiator. He nods in approval. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there, and if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can tell Kuno who did it, who it was. He's curious. He likes putting two and two together here. Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. She lets out a hiss, even meaner than before. Get away from my Kuno. Yeah, Kuno jumps back. Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face. The ladder, ever climb it? Look at that fucking shit, he screeches. You trying to get Kuno killed? So you would say that ladder is unclimbable? Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat. The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook. It's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it, Kuno. What's in the greenhouse over there? Don't know, he shrugs. Kipped ass gardener used to work there. Kipped is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminoese or Areopagite descent. Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore. Hold on, the gardener used to work there? You mean the young woman? Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit. He looks you in the eye and nods as if agreeing to himself. Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? What kind of gardening is done in March? Fish is sometimes used to fertilize the soil a few weeks before planting something. Maybe she was preparing the garden beds. I should ask her about that. Yes, it was probably fish. I'm not going to waste any more time there. Alright, I'm going to ask her about that. Ask about gardening in March. Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that. Suspicious. I might have questions later. For now, let's talk about something else. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. He spits over his shoulder, then looks back up at you. Did the shack. Body. Did all that. More questions about the. No, did all that. Talk about the shack. We did all that. That's. Should I try it? See what happens if I fail it. Oh, I didn't fail it. Empathy. It's not Kuno. It's Kuno essay. Interesting. How? Kuno essay is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, but the other hides behind the fence, afraid for her life, like she's done something very bad. She came up with that psychotic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his name. Kuno essay was the one who rounded him up and directed him. Also, Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you, even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other one, it's like talking to a cornered animal. She only hisses. All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him, alone. Act on it. Try and separate them. Kuno, psst. Fuck you whispering about? He whispers back. He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens. Fuck you, whispering about. He puts extra stress onto that word, expecting it will make you uncomfortable. Kuno wants to whisper. He's going to fucking whisper, okay? He turns back to you and hunkers down. Let's whisper, pig. This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad. Kuno, listen to me. She's trying to control you. We got to get you out of here. What's up with her? She's terrifying, crazy, scary. Phew, I'm glad she's out of our hair. She's fucked up. First one doesn't seem like a good idea. She's terrifying, crazy, scary. Glad she's out of our hair. She's fucked up. She's not fucked up, he raises his voice, but then lowers again. Everyone's fucked up. Stop judging shit. Wrong move, but he's whispering still. You haven't lost him. Just don't mess up again or you will. There are no guarantees here. I still think it's this. That one just seems like he'll do this one. Crazy, he whispers tensely. You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane. Dangerous. She smoked a man. She's done people in. Probably even pigs. Stop talking to him. Kuno, I'm fucking warning you. You're gonna get us into shit. She understands what you're trying to do. Yo, see, he pops his head up. Did Kuno not tell you? Kuno told you. Kuno talks to whoever he wants. He hunches down again. Talk, pig. Kuno's got it under control. You did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back to her, so she can't read his lips. Alright. Is she your sister? Fuck no. She's not my sister. She's just a stray who got in, like a mad dog or some shit. Stray? Yeah, she was just there. He points at the apartment building behind the fence. What was that, Kuno? The little one twists her neck, looking at the building. Kuno flinches, then lowers his voice even more. She was in the hallway dripping wet by the fucking shoe rack in the dark. Why was she dripping wet? Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor too. She was there for 3 days in the corner every time Kuno went out. You said she got in. How? I don't know. Someone left the door open. Kuno comes home and she's sleeping under the desk under a pile of clothes, like a dog. What about your parents? Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit, doesn't even see her there, or thinks it's fucking Kuno. He points to himself. Shit's all on Kuno. What do you mean she smoked someone? Kuno means she killed someone. That's right, sees a killer. He stares at you intently, like actually a killer. His little green eyes are fixated on yours. He's meant everything he said before, but right now he not only means it, he is sincere. What if she has Kuno? That would explain things. Fucking yeah, Kuno knows you don't want to face this right now. This dark shit. Kuno faces this shit every day. It makes Kuno's skin crawl. She probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has. Okay, how many cops has she killed then? Forget Kuno said that. Kuno was just shitting. Kuno was just running his mouth. Kuno's stupid like that. He feels eyes on the back of his head and stops. A cop would be too large for her to overpower, but a determined child of her side can still kill the vulnerable, the elderly, the homeless, or other children. The creature peers at you both from over the fence. There is something searching in her eyes. Kuno, do you think it's possible that she's killed other children? Kuno falls silent. He does not look at you when he replies. Kuno, that's what Kuno is starting to think, yeah. He usually looks you straight in the eye, a little something just crumpled there. You think she has anything to do with the dead man? Yeah, she would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around, and C was with Kuno. Where were you? Look, Kuno's gonna put you at ease. We didn't do it. He speaks the truth, my liege. You said she's insane? Yeah, she's psycho. He leans in even closer. None of that kiddie psycho cat burning shit. She does the real deal. What's the real deal? Snuff radio shit. Believe me, pig, you don't want to know. And he doesn't want to even think about it. This isn't just another boast. What's that language she uses? Fuck no, she says it's the song of her people or some shit. What people? Crazy people. The fucking Narkies. I don't know. It's Suroese. The Suru are an indigenous ethnic minority in the social democratic powerhouse Vasa on the tundra and taiga covered Isola of Katla. Far, far away from here, as far as possible, really. Do they have red-headed people there? Kuno, could she be Suroese? This isn't important right now. Do they have red-headed people there? You mean evil little red-headed people like her? Yes, they do. The Suroese have that ginger gene. Kuno, could she be Suroese? Suroese, like that man from Hedgemile shit? The kid lights up. Heimdall. Is it Heldmal? What? This is Heldmal, and this is Helmdall. She could be that Helmdall shit. Revachol does have a small Suroese community, or she climbed in a yakberry crate and was shipped over accidentally. How are you dealing with all of this? How's Kuno dealing with this? Kuno's dealing with it just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with this, waving your gun, mad dog shit. Kuno remembers what you did there. Kuno's got this shit under control. He spits through the gap in his front teeth. She needs professional help. You can't do this alone. You need backup. I'm here for you. Listen, listen. He points his eyes to his eyes and then yours. C is Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with C, you fuck with Kuno. You threaten her, you wave your gun around her one more time, try to take her away. This is what it all comes down to. He needs you to take him seriously now. The boy looks at you in the eye, black pupils trying to focus. I am going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later, and fuck you up. You understand? Understood, Kuno. I respect that. Who are you kidding, kid? You can't take it down, man, several times. You end up dead yourself. I can respect that. Alright, he wipes the sweat off his brow. Now we can do business. Business? Yeah, what do you want? Kuno can hook you up with... He starts, no longer whispering. Don't hook him up with shit, Kuno. See, relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. You respect the Kuno, he turns back to you. You get all kinds of shit. Kuno's going to get you hooked on illegal narcotics. If you run a little errand for the Kuno, get you hooked, pig, get his hooking you. Then Kuno's going to get you hooking for more. Cash in big style, pig hooker. See, it's tension and release with Kuno. Now we're releasing. He pulls on his tracksuit trousers. The pant buying shit, that's on now too. 90% discount for Kuno's pig. Kuno can flex. Kuno flexes for hobos. Kuno sees you're in need. He spreads his hands like a baker presenting the goods. A smile pressed across his flushed face. I want to buy the farm plants. But I don't have 15 shamrocks. Reals. What was that about running you an errand and illegal narcotics, Kuno? Kuno gets it from his dad. Kuno and his dad are major suppliers. His eyes bulge. Their veins reach out like tree branches. That's where Kuno gets his lightning on. Problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now Junkie's clawing at Kuno's door. Street's going mad. Kuno's got to throw his dirty Popo Man at it. Okay, okay. Dirty Popo Man is you. He nods at the building behind him. In there is Kuno's violent dad, on steroids. Kuno's dad does steroids and speed. If you can take him, you can have half the speed. Who is your dad? Kuno's dad is a fucking monster, he says proudly. He's the most violent man in Revachol. He doesn't give a shit about a single thing. He drinks too. Are you sure you can take the most violent man in Revachol in your condition? Oh, failure. Oh. How much material are we talking about? Like half, he says very confidently. Half of what? A baggie? But like in this vial? That's half a gram, sir. Half a gram? Yeah, the confidence is unwavering. Half a G, want it or not. But that's not very much material at all. What are you talking about? Half a G? This shit is giant, grade A shit. So clean, you can barely see it. You can barely see it because there's barely any. I've made up my mind, Kuno, and this is what's going to happen. Okay, Kuno's listening. I'm going to go in there all guns blazing to get that speed because I need it. I'm going in there but not for the speed. I'm going after the most violent man in Revachol. Going in there for justice. I'm a narc, Kuno. I'm going there to confiscate that crap. I'm going in there for justice. I'm a narc, Kuno. I'm going to confiscate crap. Lie, you need speed. I'm not going in there. I'm going in there but not for the speed. I'm going after the most violent man in Revachol. Sure, whatever. If you survive, make sure to bring that shit back to Kuno. Kuno's almost out. You wouldn't like the Kuno when he's out. Kuno's violent dad's got Kuno's key, so you need to fuck your way in there. Go to the pier side, bang on the door till the cleaning gimp lets you in. That's how Kuno does it. Then you go to room 12 and kick down the door, police violence style. That's what Kuno does, and then it's action time. You're locked in the room with a violent fuckhead. Split a kilo with Kuno. That's it, he concludes. Next time Kuno sees you, you better have his shit. What the hell are you signing us up for here? I'm going to kill Kuno's dad. I'm a bad addict cop and I'm going to get my fix. Come on, Kim. Obviously I'm not going to take it. We need to get drugs away from a minor. Yeah, I think I need to do that one, don't I? Okay then, he concedes. Okay, I'm off. Kuno doesn't fucking care. That was a long conversation. Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. Lack of magnesium has you slouched. So there's a lack of magnesium in me? Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream. So I need to mag it sideways? Mag it sideways? What are you talking about? You need to mag it up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already, and the only prescription is insane amount of magnesium. You're saying I need to become a magnesium-based life form? Yes, if you want to live, you'll need to evolve. You need to ascend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system. Damn. Magnesium-based life form. Okay. Okay. What am I doing? Where's the rest of the armour? Go to the harbour gates and ask the Jolly Mesk about the armour. Buy pants. Ask the gardener. Split a kilo. Let's I think the gardener's pretty close. Let's go talk to the gardener. But first, I'm going to take a quick break because I need more water. Alright, back to it. Might just quickly talk to the gardener and leave it there. It's not a game I can play for hours and hours and hours. Need a break. Talk to El Gardener. Yo, why are you planting shit in March?
Hello again, officer. How are things?
Tell me, what exactly have you been doing in your greenhouse in March? Well, she points to her wheelbarrow, surprised at the question. This might be the last snow we get, at least I hope so. Snow has nutrients in it, helps everything green up in the spring. At least that's what my grandma always told me. She smiles shyly. Yes, think about the cute grandma, not the weird snow. Squint your eyes and look at her intently. Disingenuous grandma. What nutrients? Nitrogen and sulfur mostly. She points to the sky and whatever factories and aerostatics exhale too, I guess. A bit much? What are you talking? The grandma is a bit too much. A bit much? What are you talking about? That's what my grandmother told me, okay? She feels interrogated now. It's hard to say if she's lying. Relax, miss. This is not an interrogation. We are just checking some facts. Stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see? Traffic jam? The plaza? An entrance to the yard? An entrance to the yard? That's right. And the canal, the bookstore, the harbour gates. This is a great vantage point for keeping an eye on you. Are you by any chance keeping an eye on us? Noted, but I'll keep it to myself. I'm going to do that. Glad to have been serviced. Now you know the locals are keeping tabs on you. Okay. Good to know. How I know? Okay, let's ask Garter. Garter? Mr. Garter? Alright, I can actually sleep now if I want to. Oh. We've got people galore, I see. Well, let's just talk to Garter first.
Can I help you?
Here's your trash container key. Thanks, I hope you found what you were looking for. I found the victim's clothes. How strange, I certainly didn't put them there. Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you were sleepwalking or in a fugue state. Could someone on your staff have put them there? Who else has keys to the trash container? The trash collection service? CS Municipal? I don't see why they would put anything in the trash though. Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Oh. Fourth wall, man. He turns to the man. Thank you anyway. Could someone of your staff have put them there? Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene. Maybe you don't remember putting them there. He grimaces. I think fugue states are more your forte, officer. Thanks, let's talk about something else. So about that money I owe. Actually, let's talk about it. Yeah, I still don't have 30. And I can't sleep here unless I have the money, right? Who else has unauthorized access to the whirling trash? Find this person who know what happened, who tampered with the scene. It may take a while. Good to know. Find booze and drink it. Alright, who else can I talk to here? There's just one person over here, this dude. It's all about money, you know. Oh. Why can I... Okay. These won't open up until tomorrow. Wait, so what on earth have I got that I can do? Okay. I got a map yet? Why a copy of the city map? But I mean, I thought something in my thing had the city map anyway. I actually don't want to go this way. I want to go this way because the apothecary's over here somewhere, right? Close for enter. Use main entrance. Goods from the lorry haphazardly to the surroundings. Glossy magazine, most able-bodied men, this issue hosts the top 10 list. Jump Jams, a popular music mag. Welcome to Revachol.
Welcome to Revachol.
announces the rotund man. The remark isn't addressed at you, it's addressed at Kim. Hey, I know Rivershoal, that's where we are.
Don't you welcome to Ravachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in this city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
Say nothing.
It's men like you who keep Ravachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Rivershoalian nation makes it harder for Rivershoal to actually attain self-determination. He's right, you're undermining our best shot at real self-determination. Stop ripping into this guy, he's just really proud of being a Rivershoalian. So we are in a limbo. He's right.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine. Fucking A, Kim, I've got your back. Give the lieutenant a punch on the shoulder. Well, I think we all learned something here. Smile at the lorryman. Now that's all settled, we have a couple of questions. Fucking A,
You
Kim.
two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lorryman spits. Lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness. Now that's settled, we have a couple of
Whatever
questions.
you say, officers.
He waits impassively, cigarette smouldering between his fingers. He smells of heavy motor oils and his breath of high tar content cigarettes. Probably Astral Whites. I found this mug in the trash. Showed it the man. Yours? What was that argument all about? What are you hauling? What was that argument all about? It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. He spits on the ground. Not the most popular topic nowadays with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic, that is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep. I get it, someone has to be the unpopular guy. Also, you're just a racist. Makes sense. To be honest, I can't really remember what that means. Please explain, or second something like that. Also, you're just a racist. Makes sense. I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. He gestures with his cigarette for emphasis. The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. He glances at Kim, so naturally we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously you can see the merits of that. Yes, I can really tell you're a prime example of superior design. Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn maybe? When members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority, they stop competing for resources. Okay, and? This concerns you policemen, so better be vigilant. The damn kips are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes. Mosquitoes! And the other intruder species too. He throws a sharp... Oh my god. He throws a sharp glance at Lieutenant Kitsuragi. They're on the precipice of cultural victory. Cultural victory? What is this then? Wait, what's this cultural victory? Say nothing. It's true, he pushes on. Also, you need to realise the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race with unknown characteristics leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring. Yeah, I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Don't push your luck, Runt. The man gives you a disgusted look, then turns his attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence. Sure this wasn't your cup?
Looking for something, Runt? Huh? Coming to tell me to fuck off again?
I found this mug in the trash. Yours? He stares at the yellow man mug, then suddenly he explodes. Ha 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 ha. Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while. Is it yours? God damn, he wipes the tears from his eyes. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine. What are you hauling? Not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation. What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up? Apples. Apples are exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide. Apples? Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions. What are you hauling? What kind of cargo? Apples. Sounds like a cover story to me. Look, Ace Detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges. He loses his patience for explaining it. I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular Koshko picked apples. Koshko may be another derogative for a person from Grad, you think? Oh, so they grow apples in Grad. Yep, it's one of their main exports. They grow them down south Yekokata. Yekokata. A beautiful place, got great scenic vistas. In fact, Yekokata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to zone of ecological catastrophe, features no scenic vistas, and supports virtually no plant or animal life. Yekokata is not in the south, and they definitely don't grow apples there. You keep saying Kochkos. What does that actually mean? He means the people living in Grad. Yeah, you know, Gradniks, Gradvolk, those degenerates from Grad. Ah, so it's an ethnic slur. Hey, if the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, who am I to say otherwise? Oh, can I see the apples? Did you miss the part where I said they aren't here yet? Besides, even if I did have some, I wouldn't go putting my nose in them. He looks at you with a strange glint in his eyes. Relax, you've got all you can get here. He probably doesn't even know what he's hauling, even if it is something unsavory. So he'd remain unaccountable. He said something about the rights and privileges of lorrymen. Yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter. He had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges. And that's a privilege? Sure fucking is. We have a guild and everything. Very ancient, very prestigious. So you're in a carter's guild? Goddamn right. They've been trying to fuck us out of our heritage in the name of profits, but then they try to replace us. But when they try to replace us, they'll regret it. Trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fucking run up the arse, mark my words. Generations of practice ain't no laughing matter. This dude. Trita. Sick, because it has three. 3 T's, how idiomatic. Double click to run, press space to stop. Oh, good to know. Oh wait, give me magnesium. Yellow roses, dozen of them, tulips too. Alco achieve. Melancholy pop song plays on the radio. You know what? I'm going to leave it there. We will come back to this tomorrow. Or next time I stream. Which may be tomorrow. May not be. We shall see. All depends on the mood and the crippling depression and the alcoholism. Alright, so we'll leave it at that. And trying to find the right button. Catch you tomorrow. Bye bye.